Hey, thanks for joining me this week. No car work, don't leave yet, please. I'm going to have an episode called Dadvice. Maybe I'll do a couple of them whenever I think of cool stuff to share. This is a learning channel as much as anything else. So let's go over car safety. Some things which are legally required in countries, some countries, but not other countries. Makes you wonder, if it's legally required in these other countries, maybe they make sense. So some of them is safety. Belgium, where I got my license and grew up, has some laws with concerns to breakdowns, fires, all this other stuff. So I think in France as well, still it's required to have a high-vis vest. This is in case you break down, you can go in your boot or wherever and take it out and wear it. It's got reflectors, so you're visible at night. People are changing their tires on the side of the road, again, can't be seen. The tire change one is also where this next one comes in useful. We have warning triangles. These come sometimes OEM inside vehicles of varying sizes. This, I believe, is an aftermarket one, even though it's got a nice picture of a Porsche on there. This one, I believe, is from my Volkswagen Polo. It looks like it would fit. So in the Touran, when you open the boot, it's inside a compartment in the actual boot lid. The Polo, it's when you open the boot or the trunk, it's below. So you got the boot floor. It's basically where the hinge is, just below the hinge. Latch. Hinges are on the side, the latch. There's clear instructions on here. You need to put it 50 to 200 meters away. Once it gets too far, people start to wonder, why was there a triangle, and might come back in. Too close, they won't have enough time to react. So just invest in a little time. It unfolds. I'll show you a little clip of it being unfolded. You place it further up traffic to point out that there's an obstacle. And if nobody crashed into it, you can go fetch it and fold it back up and put it back in your car, for example, if you're just changing a tire. But for the safety that they give, they're quite cheap here in Europe. This one, I think it's from a while ago, £3.50. I don't think they're £3.50 anymore. But even £10, £20, I mean, how much are you going to put on your life, on your car? Car first, then life. No. Then we have this one. Isn't even a requirement in the UK. This one is ultimate common sense. If you're going to have a fire in the car, this could, best case, put it out there and then. Stops the whole car being burnt out. You might even salvage it. You might need a new bonnet, some engine repairs, or a new engine. Hopefully that's it, if you catch it in time. I should also point out, this won't be good for electric cars. Electric cars, just get out of there. These are powder fire extinguishers. This was a requirement in Belgium. MOT failure, that's like a state test for you Americans. Autokeuring in Dutch. Each country has different ones of those. Some are required, some aren't. I'll tell you how to use it if you have an engine fire. Do not open the bonnet all the way. Same thing when you have a house fire. If you open a window or a door, you're just giving a rush of air to the fire. You pop the bonnet, and then hopefully you know how to operate one of these. Otherwise, I'm sure there's other instructions online that can show you in greater detail, but you pull the pin, point the nozzle, don't throw the thing in there, under the hood, if you can confirm there's a fire, and just spray away. Hopefully that'll be enough to put out the fire. So that's these. You've got a gauge, shows you the health. You want that in the green. Otherwise you just dispose of this with someone, or you can test it on a flame. To use an actual fire extinguisher, another tidbit, not necessarily to do with cars, aim a fire extinguisher at the base of a fire. Good. Not the top, base. You're all good. Let's move on to another tip. Next up is tire pressures. Specifically, you can do a walk around, they say, before every trip to check that the tires aren't flat or losing air. I do it maybe once a week, just a quick walk around. You'll get used to what a tire looks like in the front because of the engine on most cars. I know there's mid engines and all sorts. Anyway, most cars on the front, the tires will look slightly flatter because they've got the weight of the engine there. You can get key rings that you push onto the valve when you take the dust cover off. That will show you the current pressure of the tire. And I've got a portable air compressor that has a gauge on it. So I put it on there and I can fill it up to the required pressure. The Volkswagen Touran and Volkswagen Polos, possibly other cars as well, have the tire pressures written in the fuel filler cap. I checked on the Civic, it doesn't, but this does, it gives an idea of that's a good place to put it. So you can either look it up online and then handwrite it in there, or just print off a label, a sticker or something. In the fuel filler cap would be a good place. Yes, don't let your tires go flat. It's bad. Well, that's it. I'm not going to shove in a fifth tip just for the sake of it. Check your oil. Everyone knows to check that oil. If you don't know how to check your oil, ask. I can show you how to check your oil. Or you can Google it. I'm sure there's plenty of videos, there's plenty of explanations already explaining how to check your oil, what oil to put in. Yes, there's different oils. Yeah, I mean, share the road, give your car good fuel, take care of it, it'll take care of you. I'll see you next week. Click these to help me. Goodbye.